Afghanistan needs $50 billion in aid over the next 5 years. That's the message from leader Hamid Karzai at the start of a major donors conference in Paris. Karzai says funds are urgently needed to rebuild and tackle poverty. Well, let's take a listen to France's Foreign Minister Bernard Kouchner speaking just a bit earlier.
It is first money for the developing project in Afghanistan, certainly money, but also talking about the future of Afghanistan, talking about our project to be closer to the Afghan people, because this is their country, their project and their future.
Well, joining us in the studio now is Jorrit Kamminga, the Director of Policy Research at the Senlis Council here in France. It's an international security and development think tank. Mr. Kamminga, thank you for coming in. Now, this huge conference is obviously underway in Paris, as we've said, but what are some of the main challenges facing Afghanistan?
Well, indeed, while these politicians here are gathered for 2 days in Paris, we still are faced, 7 years after we became involved in Afghanistan, we're still faced with an opium crisis, with a development crisis, poverty problem, and with a security crisis. There has not been enough aid to tackle the complete dependence on opium. There is an ever increasing and stronger Taliban insurgency. And we have not been able to, with our aid and with all our nice promises, we have not been able to reach the Afghan population.
Now, aid has reached Afghanistan already, more than 15 billion since 2001. So where's that money been going?
Well, a lot, first of all, has been pledged and not really disbursed. After that, a lot of the money that goes into Afghanistan immediately goes to the contractors and subcontractors of the Western nations investing in the first place. So a lot comes back to our capitals in the West. And, of course, there's the problem of corruption and also the problem of a lot of misguided priorities. A lot of, for example, investment is done in infrastructure, while that maybe is not immediately the biggest priority for the Afghan people.
Well, this donors conference obviously is not only aimed at raising money, raising funds, but also it's there to work out how to actually use that money and the best way to use it. What do you think would be the best way to go forward?
Well, first, we really have now, we've come 2 years since the last conference, the last donor conference, with a lot of nice photo opportunities as well, with a lot of nice pictures, a lot of nice handshakes. We have to now first put the Afghan people in the center of this debate, see what their priorities are, what they really need, the basic needs of the actual people living on the ground. After that, we have to make sure that our aid actually is more effective. So what we need to do is work on ownership, Afghan ownership. How can you do that? You have to invest in institution building, nation building, making sure that the Afghans can really use our aid in the best way possible.
All right. Jorrit Kamminga, the Director of Policy Research at the Senlis Council here in Paris. Thank you very much for joining us and bringing us up to date on that conference, donors conference on Afghanistan. We, of course, will be bringing you more from that conference throughout the day.